Hello and welcome. Awell Health helps practices automate their care flows using an elegant no-code tool. In this video, Nick, head of product at Awell, will demonstrate these automations on Medplum. Thank you, Nick, for sharing your story today.
Hey, this is Nick from Awell, and in this video I would like to demonstrate how Awell and Medplum can streamline your clinical operations. We're using Medplum as our EHR and Awell to power our clinical workflows, which are tightly integrated with Medplum as our EHR. The use case we'll be looking at today is a medication adherence and side effects tracking one. So for every medication request we're going to record in Medplum, a care flow in Awell will be initiated to inform the patient about the new prescription and will track adherence and side effects after 10 days. So let's have a look at our care flow in Awell, recorded. This has been set up already, so there is a subscription in Medplum which listens to medication requests being created. We'll inform the patient about the prescription, so we're going to send them a notification, in this case through SMS with Twilio, with just a very simple message in this case. And after 10 days, we'll want to assess adherence and check if the patient experienced any side effects with their medication. So we're going to do that through, again, a notification through SMS. And that notification is going to include a link which allows them to fill in the questionnaire assessment that comes via Awell. And we're going to submit the response to that questionnaire back to our EHR, Medplum, because that's our back office. That's where we want all of the data available. When the patient has reported side effects, we're going to do one additional thing in our care flow here. So when side effects is yes, we're going to create a task for a clinician or for a provider to make sure that the provider can get in touch with the patient to check in on the side effects and maybe get that resolved. So all in all, very simple care flow. There's many more Medplum actions available just to show you, but in this case, we only used the create task one and submit questionnaire response. Now, for distinct purposes, I'm going to remove this delay because I'm going to trigger a medication request, but I don't want to wait 10 days to get the assessment. So I can just show you that in this video all in one go. So let's do that immediately. Let's enroll a patient in this care flow. So let's go ahead and move into our EHR. You'll see there is a patient for myself, and I'm just going to create a medication request for this patient. I had one set up already. So you'll see I'm going to prescribe chocolate because, who doesn't like chocolate? And I'm going to assign it to my patient. I'm going to create this medication request, but before I do that, I'm going to open up this second screen, which is my text message inbox, so my SMS inbox. Because remember, when we create a medication request, the first thing that will happen is that the patient will receive that SMS. Immediately after that, they will also receive that SMS to fill in that questionnaire for tracking adherence and side effects. So when we press the OK button, so when we create a medication request, in the backend, there is something sent to Awell, a webhook, through a subscription. And this is triggering that care flow here. And I'm receiving that first text message, which is this one. So there is a new prescription. So that's this one on the left-hand side of the screen. And I'm also immediately receiving the second notification, which allows me to fill in this side effect assessment. Great. So let's fill that in. And I'll open this one on the big screen here. So just for demonstration purposes, I'll indicate that I have worsening symptoms and that I have experienced side effects that are impacting my daily activities. And I'm going to rate my side effects like quite severe. So let's submit. And this is the only thing I have to do. So the page is going to show that everything is done. Yes, that's that. And if we now go into Medplum, there's a couple of things that have happened, right? So the first thing that we expect is that the response to the questionnaire, which was filled in through Awell, is also recorded in our EHR, in Medplum in this case. So if we go to our questionnaire resource, then we see actually, let's look at the time here. So it's 10:36. There is indeed a questionnaire created, which is the side effect assessment. Great. And you'll see here that this represents the form that we had built in Awell. And you can also see there is a response recorded because I just filled in that form and that's tracked as a response. So we can see what the patient has filled in. So indeed, they have experienced worsening symptoms. That was true. They have side effects. That was also true. They have reported a 7 out of 10 on the severity of their side effects. Great. There's one additional thing we expect, because given that we answered that we have side effects, there should be a task created for the provider as well. So let's have a look here at the task resource, and indeed there is at 10:35 a task has been created where the patient reported side effects, and there's a description here saying get in touch with the patient to manage the side effects. Again, what this task entails, you have full control over that in Awell when you're building your workflow. So you'll see here that indeed the task name is the patient reported side effects, and you have full control over what kind of task you are creating and what kind of properties that task need to have. So this is our very simple and very short care flow in Awell, but it perfectly demonstrates how Awell and Medplum can be used together to really streamline your clinical operations.